And welcome back to Jollyroger Hobbies. Here on my channel, I do videos on general hobbies, which include model building, RC aircraft, planes, helicopters, etc., video games like Star Citizen, photography, geocaching, anything to do with aviation, and I also do product reviews. I put links to items that I showcase in my videos in the description, so be sure to check that out. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll see when I upload a new video. Also, feel free to ask questions in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer. And feel free to converse with one another, but please do it in a respectful way. Today, we have the ESDDI aluminum 70-inch camera tripod. Now, originally this comes in a nice box and is well packaged. However, I got this a month ago, and I wanted to get some use out of it before I did a proper review, and not even thinking I threw that box out, so I apologize for that. So first and foremost, the big question is, how much does this weigh altogether in its bag? So I have this lovely kitchen scale here, and we're going to go ahead and weigh it out. With the power button, and then I'm going to tear it out. And there we go. Alright. It is 3 pounds, 3.2 ounces. That's it. That's all this weighs. That's pretty lightweight. Especially if you carry a bunch of camera gear and you've got to carry it around. This ain't so bad. So, also dimensions real quick. In the bag, you're looking about 25 inches. That's folded up length in the bag. Bag comes with a nice shoulder strap, adjustable, so you can carry it. And it's a nice canvas bag, zippered, so that means it's going to be water resistant. So we'll open her up. And what you get with it in the bag is a phone holder, and of course, our lovely tripod. I have a little stand here to put it on. So, right off, we have our phone holder, which is a spring-loaded, if you can see that. Now, maximum width, this is a strong spring, is 3.5 inches. These are rubber pads to hold your phone. Then, as you can see, it comes with the mount, so you can mount your phone on the tripod horizontal. It even has one on the back, so you can mount it. It would be vertical because it'd come up. However you wanted to do it. That's a nice little addition for a tripod because most do not come with a phone holder. So first and foremost, you see we have our tripod here, and we have some nice solid legs. And we're going to talk about the middle lock. As you can see, this folds and unfolds real easy. However, turn this little dial, half turn, that's all it takes. And it's locked in its extended position. That is a great little feature to have. Then, the legs have these rubber non-slip pads on balls to adjust to your surface. And these are great non-slip pads. So, you know, in certain situations where you take your tripod out and you may not be able to extend it all the way, you might have 2 legs up on a surface and 1 down because you wanted to get closer. These pads, rubber pads, are going to adjust to that angle. So I took a picture. I took this out and put it on a concrete walk path that was elevated and set it down and put my other leg down to show you how it works. Now, when I did this, I didn't even think about it. I did not level it, so you can see in the picture that it is off center. But if you do it correctly, it would be level. So I apologize for that. Now, the legs have a flip lock, very smooth extension. See that? Locked down nice and sturdy. Easy to fold up. So let's go ahead and extend it all the way. Now, completely standing on its own with the legs fully extended, but the crankable neck not up. Floor to height of the bottom of the mounting plate. Looks like it's going to be right at 53.5 inches. Which I'm 5'5", that puts my camera's eyepiece right up to me. That is excellent. And then of course you have your crank. So you're able to crank it all the way up. Now I apologize for this kind of being out of frame right now, but I'll show you what that looks like in a second. So measuring straight off the middle, at the base of the mounting plate, I come up at 66 3/4 inches. So that should put your camera viewfinder right at 70 inches. Now that's where I assume they get the 70-inch dimension. And I kind of hope that's the case. Otherwise, the measurement's off a little bit. But for me, this is absolutely perfect. So let me bring this down and I'll show you the crank. So you can see that actually goes pretty high. And then this lever will lock that crank down. So the good thing about this being on uneven ground, it is extremely stable provided you use the weight hook. And I'll get to that in just a second. Here are some pictures of it in different situations. You can see the grassy area, the uneven ground that I've been on, and when you use the weight hook, I used my camera bag to put on it. And I live in Cheyenne, Wyoming, which is one of the windiest cities in the entire nation. And it was extremely windy when I took these pictures. And you can see it was completely stable with that camera bag added for weight, which is an awesome feature. So, talking about the camera, or the bag hook, I'll show you there, but here's a good picture of it. Now, the max weight on this hook is 8.8 pounds, according to the Amazon listing. That's converted over 2 pounds from kilograms. My camera bag minus the camera weighs 7.3 pounds, so it's on the heavy side for this hook. Now, this hook is a molded plastic, which I don't particularly care for, but we'll get to that after a while. But adding the camera bag on there was extremely solid in the wind. And I think when I took these pictures, the wind was, I think it was gusting to 30. It was around 20 to 30 with gusts around 30 or even higher. Now, the cool part is, this comes with a nice carrying handle. And this carrying handle just slides up and gives you nice grip, folds down out of the way. So with it folded up, that camera handle comes out. And it's great. Now this tripod has a nice foam handle right here on one of the legs where it says the ESDDI. I'm not quite sure if this is decorative, but it is kind of handy to grab the tripod when you're just doing minor moves, left, right, moving it over, adjusting. Gives you a good grip. My only wish that it was on all three legs, because depending on which way you have this turned, only one hand's going to grip. Now, I was out shooting in 5-degree temperature. We had a silver frost, and I was taking some beautiful pictures, had it on an engraving ground. And after being out there for a while, of course, this aluminum got extremely cold. Moving the tripod over a couple inches, grabbing the legs like this, one hand was alright on the foam, the other hand was just freezing. So I really wish it had another foam pad. Now this comes with a center bubble level, so you can level it. Here's a close-up picture of that. And it's just your standard, I guess you call it center bubble. Put the bubble in the center ring, which is nice. Now the mounting head is extremely nice. And take a look at this picture and look how stable that is. Unlike some tripods who only mount on the left side or the right side and leave the camera hanging over, this is mounted on both sides, which makes it very stable. Now, as you can see here, you have your handle. Now, not only is this a handle to help you pan and tilt, but it is also your locking mechanism for tilting. So if I were to lock that down, twisting it, it would not move in the tilt up and down. Loosen it, and it moves. And if you notice, it moves on both of that axles. That gives it nice and smooth panning or tilt. Then this is your lock nut for the pan. And again, nice and smooth pan and tilt. You also have your 90-degree mount. Another great feature. Of course, you have your quick release plate for easily snap on and snap off of your camera. Now, this quick release plate has one of the nice D-rings at the bottom here. Easily screw onto the bottom of your camera. Now, this is a standard mount, which I do not remember the dimension of it, but it's your standard mount that you're going to find on all Canon, Nikon cameras that are with most tripods. Now, in closing, the pros for this tripod: one, it is inexpensive. So on Amazon, it's right around $40, give or take, because prices fluctuate. Now, that is in US dollars. It is very lightweight. I mean, at just over 3 pounds for the whole thing. That's very nice. It is very stable and sturdy, especially with the weight added to it. I had no problems in the wind. Now, without that weight, I had the tripod falling over in the wind several times. Luckily, my camera wasn't attached. That's due to the light weight. However, as soon as I placed my bag on there for weight, there was no problems whatsoever. She was nice and sturdy. She has solid tubular legs. The carry handle, which is very nice. Very nice smooth head. The bubble level gauge, your angled non-slip rubber feet, and of course, as I mentioned, it has that weight hook on it. Those are your pros. The cons that I could find was the head does not have a level gauge. You have a level gauge again for the tripod, but the head has no level gauge. Now, that's not too much of an issue for me because I have a couple extra bubble gauges that I plan on gluing onto the side of the head so that way I can give it. Now, I have a level gauge in my camera digitally that helps, but it'd be nice if I had something physical when I'm setting it up to be able to level it out. So that is a con for me. The foam pad only on one leg is another con for me. I'd rather have it on all three. But again, it's an inexpensive tripod. I really can't compare this to something that's, a lot more expensive. The one big gripe I have is about the hook, your weight hook. It is a molded plastic, which is a pretty big complaint for me. Simply because your maximum weight is 8 pounds. Sometimes you need a little bit more weight, and this hook will not handle it. Furthermore, as you can see in the picture, this hook is a very sharp, curved hook. Now, that might be nice for small straps, but larger straps, like on my camera bag, it doesn't fit the hook well. Some of your more expensive have metal hooks which are longer and they can hold more weight. I would prefer that kind of hook on there than this. That being said, that's probably my biggest con for this entire tripod. In closing, a lot of pros, a little bit of cons and gripes, but it is a good, solid, inexpensive tripod, and I would definitely recommend it. I would probably give it 4.5 stars out of 5. Again, the mounting hook not being metal is really what's lowering it from a 5-star rating to me. Other than that, it's a very lightweight and expensive tripod. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to write them below. I'll do my best to answer. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.